What if destiny said you were born to destroy the world, but you chose to fight instead? Ne Zha isn't just a movie, it's a full-blown methodological rebellion. Today, we're diving into why this film became a massive phenomenon in China and whether it actually lives up to the hype. No, I'm serious. This movie made more money than Across the Spider-Verse, The Incredibles, and Despicable Me. Let that sink in. The story follows Ne Zha, a rebellious, misunderstood kid who's marked for birth as a demon. But instead of leaning into that label, he fights it and he becomes the savior of his people. The film is loosely based on the 16th century Chinese novel Feng Shi Yang Yi. I hope I pronounced that correctly. It takes some modern liberties that make the story more relatable and fresh. Ne Zha is often portrayed in literature as someone who rebels against the patriarchy. But in this version, he's pushing back something even more personal: prejudice. He's hated, feared, and accused of being evil before he's even had a chance to define himself. And honestly, I love that. The plot does a fantastic job of carrying the film's main message. You don't have to be a slave to fate. You can break the chains of your destiny and live life on your own terms. Fun fact, the director spent 2 years working on the script. And yeah, it shows. What made it great for me though? The side characters. The supporting characters don't feel like filler. They all serve a purpose and add weight to the story. And I love Ne Zha's parents. They're the perfect example of what unconditional love looks like. They don't just love him, they accept him. They're the emotional grounding of the movie, giving him the one thing he wants most: to be seen for who he truly is. Then there's the village. The way they treat Ne Zha brings the central conflict to life. Sure, there's action, but the real tension is in the emotional battles, the judgment, the fear, and how he responds to it all. It's surprisingly grounded and way more layered than you'd expect from an animated film. And I gotta talk about the heavenly beings. The characters like Shen Gongbao and the dragons add a layer to the story. While Ne Zha is fighting present-day prejudice, Shen Gongbao and the dragons represent historical injustice. They've been suffering for generations and want revenge. This duality makes the conflict way more complex. It's not just good versus evil, it's pain versus pain. And then there's Tai Yi, the old master, who seems like pure comic relief at first, but even he has his moments of depth. And speaking of comedy, this movie is hilarious. Despite the heavy themes, the jokes land hard and often. I was genuinely worried that the humor wouldn't translate culturally, but it absolutely does. The comedic timing, facial expressions, the absurdity of it all, it's all so universal. Bro, the opening sequence.
If I weren't so busy being a super impressive, butt-kicking, day-saving monk, I've been told I could be a model.
It had me rolling. Another thing that I think brings this movie to life is the choreography. The fight scenes, they are insane. This isn't just magic being tossed around for the sake of spectacle. Every move is intentional, rooted in martial arts, and busting with creativity. Whether it's hand-to-hand combat, magical attacks, or weapons, every scene is choreographed with real precision and care, which brings to life the animation. Look, visually, this movie goes hard. The animation is stunning and packed with detail. I did some digging and get this. The film has over 1,300 special effects shots, more than 20 Chinese VFX studios, and 1,600 artists worked on it. Just one scene took 2 months to complete. That's dedication, and it shows in every frame. And I have to say, huge shout out to the voice cast. They didn't rely on famous names, and I love that. The performances are powerful, emotional, and grounded. There's something refreshing about a film that shines without leaning on celebrity status. It's all about the craft and the heart. All in all, Ne Zha is a phenomenal film. It's bold, heartfelt, funny, and visually stunning. Whether you're into animation, mythology, or just a damn good story, this one's worth your time. I'd recommend it to literally anyone.